Hello and welcome to Elliott and Scott Bullshit Part Whatever. I'm Elliott.
I'm Douglas.
That's Douglas, apparently. Dougie.
Dougie.
So I'm guessing you went to bed after I closed this.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much after that. Yeah.
I didn't.
So you've been awake the whole time?
Oh no, it's been 24 hours
Since you've been asleep?
No, I went to sleep about 3. I woke up about 12. Anyway, I'm sorry, 1. Anyway, I did a little bit of a road test, if you will.
In a Jeep.
No.
It said Jeep.
No. Jeeplet.
The fuck is a Jeeplet?
You can't call the Jeep Compass a Jeep. It's a Jeeplet.
I don't know what a Jeep Compass even looks like. Let me look it up.
Yeah. I was gonna say, well, what should you be doing now?
Jeep Compass. Images. It is a fancy little buy it for your teenage daughter Jeep.
Crossover vehicle.
I like the idea of a crossover, but the execution in almost every fucking...
I mean, I like the idea just because it gets people off of truck platforms and I think a car platform for this thing makes a lot more sense. It actually was a decent car. It's just it's not what I wanted in a Jeep.
It looks handsome.
Yeah.
Looks are good.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't bad. It was just, I don't know, boring.
Do you know what early 2000s car I saw today and got to walk around and look at today that I got a kind of a hard on for?
The anal probe car. What?
A Mercury Marauder.
Yeah, you have a hard on for the. Okay.
It's based on the Panther platform.
I know what it's based on. You mean the Cougar platform?
No, Panther. It's a Panther body.
Panther body?
Yeah. I'm pretty damn sure. Hold on. Panther body cars.
Well, there was the De Tomaso Pantera back in the 70s and 80s.
That thing is just so cool. It's one of those hidden gem cars that only car people know about. I love that thing.
I like it. I mean, it's basically a Mercury, but I don't know. I like it.
It's not gonna like blow anybody's mind with numbers, but it just looks the part.
So the car actually does have analog stuff and in a knob for the volume.
And does the air conditioning have a couple of knobs that say how cold, how hard?
I don't know because we never figure out how to turn it off.
Hot or cold? What is it? Hot or cold?
Yeah, but I will say
it's where do you want it? How hot do you want it? And how hard do you want it?
I do think a live feed of the gauges is actually kind of a cool thing. Especially if you know what you're looking for, you can spot a problem and fix it before, you mangle the damn engine.
What do you mean?
You were talking about a live feed of like the oil pressure and the water and things like that. You were saying how you don't like that.
I just don't like that everything's become a fucking little iPod.
But I think a live feed of the gauges and things.
No, why? Yeah, but why couldn't they just have your speedometer regular, your odometer regular, your RPMs regular, and just have a little screen to the side that you can scroll through all that shit with, instead of making me go through a million different menus just to find what my oil pressure was.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a decent little car. It had a good stereo system, actually. Good bass.
Yeah, but Mercury Marauder, dude. Do you know what that car is?
Vaguely.
is the last time they used that Panther platform. Yeah, and yeah, I know it looks like a cop car, but there's just something about it.
Eh.
I don't know what it is. It's gorgeous. It's big. It says "fuck you." Like,
is there such thing as too big? Yes.
You know what? Too big. Too big is like a Cadillac. Let me think. 70s Cadillac.
Yeah. So it had a 180 horsepower 4-cylinder, so it wasn't bad. It was just I don't know. It wasn't really what I look for in a Jeep. Apparently, it actually had some weird four-wheel drive for sand, quote unquote.
Probably, I can believe that.
I assume if you actually try to take it on sand, it'll just.
Okay, I'm gonna find this son of a bitch. 35. No, we don't want 35. We want 70s.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Big cars. I don't know. It's I like big trucks. Big cars on their day, but I'd rather have an air-cooled Porsche 911.
God damn it.
I would rather have an air-cooled Porsche 911.
Coupe de Ville.
Yeah.
Goddamn fucking Wikipedia didn't let me just see what I want to see. Yeah, the 70s Lincolns and Cadillacs and, you know, bigger cars, those things are ridiculous.
I know we already did a list of worst cars, but I found a better one.
We need to complete
and it has cars that we actually haven't focused on yet. And I believe it even has pictures of it.
Oh, wait. Weren't we going to do the most dangerous cars? No, because I decided fuck that. I remember that. All right, so send me the link.
Okay, it's one of those ones that's different pages. Like,
okay, that's fine. Let me clean up my. I gotta clean up my
cars ever sold from about.com.
Where did you send it?
I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
God. I love doing that to you. Okay. What? Oh, there's also the worst names of cars. We can have fun with that.
Okay. Worst.
Hang on.
Car designs.
Okay. I'm sending it to you.
Hurry up.
There. You just. And the first car is a car I have a model of right here.
A Subaru 360?
Let's reach. Got it right here. Ooh, this is a fantastic looking car. It is.
Okay, let me go back.
It is just utterly fantastic. Oh yeah. Woo.
Woo. Son of a bitch. Shut up, Elliott. Hold on. I gotta stop screen share and then try again because I'm a moron.
Oh, but you are missing out on the aesthetic triumph of the Subaru 360.
Okay, now I got it. We're ready to go. Subaru 360 looks like it looks like a VW Beetle took steroids.
It looks like a tumor.
Yeah.
I am holding it in my hand as we speak. The mirrors stick. The headlights. First of all, look at how low the bumpers are. Jesus Christ!
They're tubular.
They are tubular.
They're tubes.
The headlights look like stovepipes. It's just bulbous fucking suicide doors on the front, by the way.
Yeah, I
I don't know
noticed
if you
that.
noticed. Yeah, and it actually can seat 4. What does the thing say about it?
The road to success is strewn with failure, and nowhere is that truer than automobile business. Here are 20 of the worst cars ever sold in America, presented in chronological order. Subaru is actually advertised. Subaru actually advertised the 360 as cheap and ugly.
I've seen the ad for it.
And seriously, watch the ads here. No.
I have.
Okay.
It's fucking funny.
I'm watching it.
Well, you need sound.
Is it a little Subaru really cheap and ugly? What else can you say about a car that costs $12.97 port of entry?
Little Subaru. Wow.
Subaru. She's holding pee.
it is literally cheap and ugly.
Way to make you happy. Just give it a little love, a little care, and a little gas.
A little Subaru. Wow.
And a little bit of oil because it's a fucking two-stroke.
These are little Subaru parts. This is a carburetor, only $13.50. This is a front fender, only $23.95. This is a brake drop, only $12.67. It doesn't cost much to keep a little Subaru, even if something does go wrong, which isn't very likely.
A little Subaru. Wow.
Scott, would you like to know what this behemoth's horsepower output was?
In a minute.
Well, okay.
But it goes anywhere the big cars go. And a few places the big cars can't go. And the little Subaru goes for $12.97 port of entry.
The little Subaru. Wow.
This behemoth, this beast, this titan of automobiles had a 2-cycle engine, 2-stroke, straight twin in the back of this with 16 horsepower.
Wow.
If you got the dual carburetor version, you got 36 horsepower. Anyway, what does the article say? I'll put this back on the desk here.
The article says this. An attempt, no doubt, to ride the counterculture sentimentality. By the way, I wanted to kill that advertising person for saying Subaru. Subaru. They said it like that instead of just saying Subaru.
Well,
any counterculture sentimentality that made the Volkswagen Beetle such a shit.
wait, I'm sorry. Made the what?
The Volkswagen.
The Volkswagen? The Volkswagen?
The Volkswagen.
The Volkswagen.
Beetle. Such a shit. What Subaru did not... Subaru.
Subaru. It sounds more Japanese that way, at least.
Did not realize is that the sentimentality often requires affection as a prerequisite.
Yes.
As the 360 made the Beetle seem fast, safe, and comfortable by comparison. Affection for the Subaru was in short supply. The 360 sub 1,000 pound, 1,000 lb dot curb weight.
965 pound curb weight.
LB dot
Pound.
curb weight exempted it from what few safety standards the U.S. had at the time.
Yes, because anything under 1,000 pounds was called a covered motorcycle.
That's awesome.
Well, that's how they got it. I'm reading a book about the Yugo, which has Malcolm Bricklin, and he basically he wanted to import the 1,500-pound Subaru, what was it, the Lux 1000, but Subaru didn't want to make all the changes to meet American safety standards. So Bricklin went, well, do you have anything smaller? And they go, oh yeah, we have. I mean,
we have this little shitty thing.
This car was made for Japanese urban driving, where the average length of the travel was 8 miles.
Right. So you're just going to be in and out.
Yeah. So it was not made for America. Anyway, continue.
The U.S. had at the time, a 1969 Consumer Reports article said the 360 was unacceptably hazardous, ending it with, it was a pleasure to squirm out of the Subaru, slam the door, and walk away. Ouch, babe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've actually seen these things race, by the way. They actually race them in like autocross. It's hilarious.
Do they drop bigger engines in them or
no? 0 to 60 time? Scott, would you like to know what a 0 to 60 time is?
Hold on. First, tell me the horsepower again.
Well, 16 when it was first introduced, maximum of 36. But we're talking 900-pound car.
900-pound car, 36 horsepower. 15 seconds.
0 to 60 time in a blitzing 37 seconds.
Oh my god! I was about even more than half off. Ugh.
It's 15 seconds slower than the already ultra slow Volkswagen.
That fucking engine's stupid.
It's great.
Volkswagen 411, 1971 to 74.
Yeah.
So, I got an idea.
Sorry, I was trying to fix up. What's your idea, Scooty?
Hold on.
Scooty Puff Jr.?
Okay. Volkswagen King Kong commercial.
No, let's not do that. No. Yeah, you know I can't hear anything. Yeah, I literally cannot hear anything.
I can barely hear it either.
Come on.
To drive the 411 because it comes with an automatic transmission, also as standard equipment. So now, there's a Volkswagen big enough for just about everyone.
That was ridiculous.
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It was King Kong. Oh, that's funny. With runaway success of the Beetle, a car Volkswagen had already tried and failed to replace with the Type 3 fastback and squareback. The Germans figured the American market was ripe for a luxury-oriented VW.
Shut up.
It was a brilliant plan that might have worked were it not for VW's complete misunderstanding of the U.S. luxury market. Americans associated luxury with size, power, prestige. Which of these characteristics did the 411 possess? None. It was small, slow, and came from a brand associated with unwashed hippies. Isn't it funny that Hitler made this thing and then the hippies made this thing and then they're both stupid?
I know. I think it's hilarious.
And then they're both dumb and they're both dumb. 411 did,
That was
however,
so retard there.
have an automatic transmission. My name's Dougie. With which managed to sap what little acceleration the 411's tiny air-cooled engine could muster, along with a complicated fuel injection system.
Just read it normally.
I can't read right now.
Scott's retarded, everyone. Scott's just retarded.
Hey, maybe I just don't want to read. Chevy Vega from 71 and 77.
Woo.
Look at it. It wants to be a sports coupe, but it's not.
Well, they did have a Cosworth Vega once,
Well, good for them.
which is interesting because seeing how Cosworth is inseparably linked with the Ford Motor Company for, I don't know,
Isn't it
50 years?
You know, I've heard a lot of people say these shitty cars, but if it's post oil problem, then I'm not blaming the car at all.
Well,
like,
yes and no. It had design faults. Let's read about it, and if it doesn't say what I think it's going to say, I'll tell you about it.
oh my God, the Chevy Vega would have been an American success story in terms of size, style, fuel economy, and handling. The Vega was a perfect challenge for the imports.
Okay.
I don't want to read, dude.
Okay.
What was the problem with the Chevy Vega?
No, we'll do this later.
Oh. No, we're doing it now. Tell me what the problem was.
No, we'll do this later.
Oh my God. But the car's new technology turned out to be its downfall. GM developed a new automated rust-proofing system that, as it turned out, didn't penetrate the car's cracks and crevices. The front fenders would rust almost as soon as the car left the showroom, with the doors, rocker panels, and front suspension soon to follow. The engine used an aluminum block with a cast iron head, and when it overheated, which it did fairly regular basis thanks to an undersized radiator, the cylinder block would distort, damaging or destroying the engine. Holy shit. GM eventually fixed the Vega's problems, but by then it was too late. Americans have discovered Toyota, Honda, and Datsun.
Which were cheaper. Which were far cheaper. And that's what I wanted to get at before you started throwing a hissy fit. I'm sorry, before you started being a Scot. I could hear him wanting to kill me. Because you were saying that, well, you don't really blame the car, but yeah, that actually was the cars. It wasn't just the engine. It was
automakers who didn't know how to fucking work with these new regulations and had to build something.
The assembly lines were just right. I mean, it was basically let's turn out these cars now, go. Fuck quality control. You know, it wasn't just regulations; it was quality control. John DeLorean, who was the guy behind the Vega, he was also the guy behind the GTO as well. He actually appointed a quality control staff, but then he left GM and the control staff.
I will never understand how such a brilliant dude like DeLorean came. Like, how did he not put a fucking bigger engine in the DeLorean? Like, anyways, that one thing about that frustrates me.
Of a European sports car, and European sports cars don't necessarily have big engines.
Yeah, but it's a shitty little engine. It doesn't work right. It doesn't fit the car.
I think he just kind of had to work with what he had, honestly. I don't think he really had much of a choice.
I'm pretty sure he purposefully chose the engine.
I think he was looking for something more of a Cosworth type RS, but I think he had to go. I mean, I'm pretty sure he meant to grow the company, but didn't work because, you know, cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, kids.
Especially if you get arrested for it.
And you keep on doing it in jail, and I don't know if he
Well, he
did
never
that.
went to. He was basically he successfully pleaded entrapment and was released.
Entrapment? That's awesome.
Well, yeah,
They
basically.
knew I was gonna do it, and they set me up, man.
Well, he was selling it, not doing it. But yeah, he pleaded entrapment and he was released. Apparently, before his death, he wanted to make new DeLorean.
I can imagine that he was pretty underwhelmed with his finished product because that car looks like it should compete with the big boys, and it just doesn't.
I am a DeLorean defender.
I am too. I like it. I just don't like that he put such a little shitty engine in it.
Well, like I said, I don't think that was meant to be the final product, unlike the Prowler, which was the final product.
Yeah, that's even dumber. That's an even more radical design that
needed a bigger engine.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see putting a 2000cc high horsepower 4-cylinder into the DeLorean and ripping up, scampering about. But the Prowler needs the Prowler is not a little British sports car. It's a big old hot rod. It needs a big old hot rod. It needs a
V12.
Hemi.
It needs a V12.
It needs a V8.
No, just do it. Just go all the way.
I think a V2. It wouldn't sound right in the package. It's like when Indy cars sounded like stock cars. It's not right.
It was already a light car, though, right? Because it can handle the weight.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be right. It needs a hot rod engine. It needs the hood scoop sticking out through the hood and zoomies and all that good stuff.
Zoomies.
Oh.
I like that.
Zoomies, the drag racing headers.
Mm-mm.
All that good shit.
No, I don't know that. I don't. Fiat 126.
I like doing that too.
Fiat 126 from 1972 to the year 2000. It's not bad looking, really. It's a chick car, though.
Zoomies are the exhaust pipes that stick up on like dragsters. They have the 8 exhaust pipes. The 4 on each side.
See, I thought you just meant like zoomies, as in it needs things that make it look like it goes fast.
No, it needs those huge exhaust pipes that come out.
Zoomies.
He's extra retarded today.
I am, actually. I had a long day.
It also needs a supercharger.
So this little Fiat 2-door hatchback. It looks really good. The design is really good.
Yeah, but unfortunately it's a Fiat.
Let's see what the problem is. Most of us are familiar with the new-ish Fiat 500. Fewer have seen the original, a car from the 1950s that served as Italy's Volkswagen Beetle. The 500 was tiny and ridiculously underpowered, but like the Beetle, it helped to put a war-torn country on wheels. And by the early 1970s, its job was done. So why did Fiat feel the need to inflict its successor on their fellow countryfolk? The 126 retained not only the 500's rear engine layout, but its completely inadequate 2-cylinder engine, which put out just 23 horsepower. Enough for a ride-on lawnmower, but not a car. It had a swing axle suspension, the same setup that had a tendency to flip the Chevrolet Corvair onto its roof. So any attempt to get the 126 up to its alleged 65 mile per hour top speed could prove fatal. The only upside was that the noisy engine and lack of sound insulation meant that the occupants would never hear the crash that killed them.
I think a lot of these are written from sort of an American point of view. I get it; it's underpowered and stuff, but at the same time, most people who drove and they want a nice car to go to the market and go back. It
is a nice looking car,
and do you need 500 horsepower to go to the market and go back?
No, you need a fancy. When when you're in Italy and everything has to look all cool and stuff, you need a little car like this that looks really nice, that people will go, ooh, ooh, and you get out and put your groceries in and go back home.
I mean,
You're
yeah,
right.
it putts along at like 5 miles an hour, but still.
Who cares? Who cares?
It's a car for the proletariat.
I like that car. I want that car.
65
Nope.
miles an hour.
I don't care. Note how happy the woman in the photo look. Note how happy the women in the photo look. That's because they aren't driving their Fiat 126. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Well, I'd imagine you'd be deaf after a while, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well,
Or
back
dead.
then, you didn't want to take it up to speed, and you didn't want to go without earmuffs. But
you still want one.
you know, I do. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. It's a really nice little tiny cute car. It is. It's got Italian styling. What else do you expect?
Okay, well, go on eBay and look for one. I'm sure you can get one for $5.
Let's go. I'm going right now. Fiat 126. Oh, no. 126 eBay.
Oh my God.
Look. No. No. Okay. For sale. That's in UK. Come on. It's on Auto Trader. Come on.
God.
What year was that one?
It was, what was it, 72 through 2000.
72. Let's do the 72. Come on. None! Okay, I'll just ask Google how much. How much for a Fiat 126? Oh my God, what happened? Okay. Come on, work!
Yeah, he's having a stroke.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, they're actually more expensive than you think.
Okay. $10.
Well, okay. This one from 1975 is 12,750 pounds.
Which isn't actually that much considering it's 41, 42 years old. It's not even a collector car. They just take it.
12,000 pounds? How much is that in dollars?
You have internet. Do a conversion. You
pounds to dollars.
I need someone else on this hangout.
12,486. That's $14,495. Okay, so no, that's way too much for a little fucking thing.
Way too much. How much did your cruise cost?
10.
It's only 4,000 pounds on the cruise.
Yeah, but in my cruise, I have sound dampening. I have air conditioning. I have more horsepower.
How bourgeois.
I'm so bourgeois, so fancy in my Chevy Cruise.
What? You want fancy things like sound dampening?
Well, hey, listen to this though. A 1990 Fiat 126 is only 3,195 pounds.
Woo!
Woo!
Jesus Christ. Why do you exist?
Bricklin SV1.
Oh, I
Scott
love
Vogler
this car.
1. It is the Scott Vogler 1 from 1974 to
Okay.
1976.
If you really want to be named after this car, fine.
I remember this car. It's a piece of shit.
I like this car.
It looks awesome, but it's a piece of shit.
I respect Malcolm Bricklin for trying.
The SV1 was a businessman, Malcolm Bricklin's concept for a car that would be sporty, efficient, and safe. Except it turns out you can't have all three of those things in one car. And in the case of the Bricklin, you couldn't even have two. The SV1's integral roll cage, 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, and the heavy door beams added so much weight that the Bricklin needed a V8 engine, which killed the fuel economy. Let me ask you something, author. In a car that looks like that, do you think any buyer is thinking fuel economy?
Yes, actually,
No.
because it was oil crisis.
No, yeah, even then. Even then.
Yes,
Is someone...
you're still thinking. You think fuel economy when you buy anything, unless you're a millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. Millionaire. Yeah.
That car was not made. That car was not a millionaire's car, though.
It looks like one.
But it's not. And even millionaires are thinking fuel economy. I mean, yeah, the Bugatti Veyron's cute, but no one buys them.
They sell like what, 2 a year, 3 a year,
and yeah, and no one drives them when they do buy it because they'll, So and the thing is, if you like to know how much the gull wing doors, which are awesome, but if you like to know how much they weigh, 170 pounds each.
Jesus.
So they were thinking, okay, how are you going to open the doors easily? Well, they finally hooked them up to a toggle switch on the dash. Great. Once the battery runs out, though.
I don't like gull wing doors.
Aww.
I don't.
Aww.
Why though? Like,
they're cool.
They look it doesn't look like it's written ready to fly. It looks like a dopey puppy dog with ears.
It's cool.
Little puppy doggy, little flappy ears.
So when the battery died, the only way you could get out of the car was the trunk.
We need to get a Bricklin with a dead battery and
Lock
put
Eric
Anarcha and Eric in it.
But then seal the trunk off.
Yeah. They wouldn't figure that out. Eric might, but Anarcha wouldn't.
No.
Just imagining those two dying in that. The plastic body panels were prone to thermal expansion, but which made it difficult to fit them to the car properly, especially since the factory was in the cold confines of New Brunswick, Canada. The cool gull wing doors opened on a dreary interior built with craptastic AMC source gauges and switchgear. It has been estimated that the Bricklin lost $10,000 on every $5,000 SV1 they sold. $5,000 in 19. That's like I don't remember. Inflation from 1972. $100 then. Wait, no, come back. $5,000.
30,000. 30,071. So it's 30,000. So it's a mid kind of a mid price.
Okay. All right.
I just put you out of your misery with that. Yeah. So the plastic body panels. What they were doing was it would be made out of acrylic thermoform with the color impregnated into it rather than painted on, which would be over fiberglass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jesus.
great concept. Never worked.
It looks like a Ferrari had sex with a C3 Corvette. That's what it looks like.
Oh, by the way, it was not a powerful V8 engine either.
That's dumb.
I
Anyways,
I admire the the thought.
the AMC Pacer. We talked about this one already.
I burped for it.
We talked about this one. Compact car, cast iron V8, killed fuel economy in the 70s. Late 70s, granted, but still.
Well, yeah, fuel economy was a huge thing in the 70s and 80s.
Which makes it even more ridiculous that they would make something so fucking heavy. Why would you do it?
Because. That's why, because.
Number 7, the Hyundai Pony.
Pony.
Oh, it is ugly. Dude, like it looks like it's gonna fall apart. It like just standing there, it looks like it's gonna fall apart.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. It's just a big box. It looks like a shoe.
Well, Hyundai never really made good cars until about, what, 10 years ago? And even then, I don't care for them.
They're pretty goddamn big now, though.
Yeah, but they're boring.
Hyundai got off to an inauspicious start in the U.S. with the Excel. But things were even worse for Canadians.
Canadians.
Who were punished.
Live in Canada.
Canadians.
Canadians.
Yeah, who were punished with Hyundai's earlier effort with the Pony. While the Excel was a Mitsubishi design, the Hyundai was a done in-house. The South Koreans hired engineers from the British Leyland. The very same. What?
You hired engineers from British Leyland. Why?
Because those Brits, man, you know, British engineering.
British Leyland.
The very same people who designed the worst cars even ever seen on British roads.
Yes. That was my point.
Their enthusiasm for making wretched cars remained intact. The Pony was brimming with old-fashioned technology, including a manual choke. Wait. In 75?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
And fiddly point breaker ignition, which required adjusting every few thousand miles.
Oh, boy.
Fuck. This is like the worst car. And the Pony used rear-wheel drive, exactly what you don't want for these snowy Canadian winters. One of the good things about the Pony, it was incredibly rust-prone. That hurt my brain. So most of them crumpled to pieces before their owners could. Okay. Dodge Aspen. Or.
Oh, come on. That was funny.
Plymouth Volare.
That was funny.
It was not that funny.
It actually kind of was.
It was funny, but it wasn't that funny.
Funnier than anything you've said.
No, I said Canadians.
Except for, oh my God, the baby.
Snowmobile.
Snowmobile. That was the best commentary ever.
This car looks like it looks like the Grim Reaper's coupe.
Coupe.
So fancy. Chrysler's F-body cars were introduced as replacements for the indestructible Dodge Dart and Plymouth Valiant. But the nearly identical Aspen and Volare turned out to be as bullet-ridden as their predecessors were bulletproof.
Volare.
I don't give a shit about this car. Both cars met with critical acclaim, but then went on to suffer a string of recalls that nearly sunk Chrysler. Rust was the big problem. Let me ask you something. Were these cars in the Rust Belt region a lot of the time? Because that usually, yeah. The most first-year owners were treated to one or more sets of new fenders at Chrysler's expense. Wait. They made Chrysler pay for them?
Chrysler recalled them
Why?
because they would rust so bad that the fenders would fall off.
But the emissions-choked engines were troublesome as well, with a string of updates to the ignition and fuel systems that never did solve their hard starting problems. After just 5 years, the Aspen and Volare were replaced with the front-wheel drive K cars.
I mean, what are you gonna do in a recall? Get the customer to pay for? We're sorry we build a car but the fenders fall off, and now we're gonna.
I
charge
didn't know that there was a recall.
That they just said there were endless recalls, and you can kind of infer that was one of them. I love seeing you go full retard.
I am retarded right now. I had a really long, fucked up day.
Let's do this list later. Let's watch
entirely
cars crashing.
Busy days or busy games with dumb players who don't know how to add and subtract and count to 10.
You don't know how to count to 10?
Sure I do.
Count.
No. Fuck you.
Yeah, we'll do this later. Let's
such
watch
a dick move. Count to 10, 32-year-old man. Renault the car.
No, it's here.
Renault
I'll find a decent, find a cool video for us.
A cool video.
A cool video.
A cool video. I'm trying.
Don't play music during your compilations, you fucking. Don't you hate those?
That's what my brain feels like right now.
Let's talk about.
Just repeating.
Let's talk about death.
Well, thing about death is, once it happens, you might get resuscitated.
Are you serious?
Can you imagine, like, being basically dead? Your legs are gone. Your arm is half mangled. Like, there's like a big hole in the side of your body, and they resuscitate you anyways.
Why won't they let me die?
I would be so fucking mad.
Oh, I found one that I saw live.
Yeah.
We're watching this. Shut up.
What is it?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Huh?
I'm gonna send it to you.
Where's even Facebook at right now?
I love doing that to you.
What?
Being mean to you.
Pro Stock. Carl Baker.
Yeah.
Steve Spees. What a name. Name's Steve Spees.
Steve Spees, I remember him racing in HRA too.
NHRA.
This is IHRA.
HNARIHNEA. I am too retarded to be live right now. I've just noticed.
I'm just kind of waiting till I go eat, but I'm having fun, so shut up.
Carl Baker. Flipping. Holy shit.
You're going to kill your voice again.
We could do, I was just thinking, if we did a race crash compilation, I could announce it like a pro wrestler announcer. The human body is not meant to take that sort of punishment. Oh my god.
He's I don't even know what to say anymore.
He's got a family. No.
I found one.
He's
What?
lucky. The way his car flipped, it caught the air just right, and it turned him away from the wall.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he was going to hit hood first.
Yep. You're right. I hate saying that.
What?
That you're right.
Mm.
I don't want you to be right.
You don't have to be smart to see that. Donna King, crash. I'm just.
What the fuck?
It's what the engine sounds like. Screen share. Motorcycles. That's a motorcycle right there, folks. Right there.
I haven't
See
seen this
that
video.
one wheel?
Let me just...
Seen that wheel right there? That's a motorcycle.
Yeah, I haven't seen this video actually. Okay. It's a...
I'm watching Donna King crash.
Yeah, I'm watching it too. What the hell is this?
Donna King.
What vehicle is this?
Corvette, maybe?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a vet.
Oh, it's got to be an alcohol car. Okay.
Oh,
It's
I saw
Got to be
the
an
guy.
alcohol car.
I saw the guy who invented NOS. He's got this new system out now, and it's compressed air.
Okay, I'm watching it, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay, she totally fucked the takeoff off. She was fucked from the get-go.
See what?
She was fucked from the get-go. She must have hit the throttle, let go of it for a second, and then hit it again because her car hopped, and then as soon as it hopped, it went sideways.
Okay.
Drag car, huge crash.
Wait. Okay.
Well, here, I just got a
this
car
must be a
crash.
pro mod.
Huh? I got a
Ooh,
car crash compilation. We're just going to do that.
Well, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Oh, bye.
Jeez. But really quick, that must have been a pro mod. It was an IHRA crash, so that must have been a pro modified car.
And it looked like they were just practicing too. to me.
Testing. It was just a test before the World Finals. But yeah, well, I don't know. Depending on how you feel, we'll start it up.
I'm not. I'm cooked. I'm done for the day.
Just say something random and yell it out.
Chicken pork fingertips. Pity, 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 pity.
Yeah, you're gone.
Stroop waffles.
Stroop waffles. Did you enjoy those?
Yeah, I did. Had them for breakfast.
We'll see if you're free tomorrow or whatever, and maybe a little more clear of mind.
Well, I will be seeing my daughter tomorrow, so I probably actually will be more clear of mind.
Yeah, right. You'll be like, so, snowmobile. You should be like,
Snowmobile.
Like, Dad, you need your fucking head examined.
If that's no.
That's gonna be her first words.
Well, she's already said her first words.
Dad,
She figured out that she can order me around though now, and it's fucking hilarious. She'll point right at me and tell me to do something, and if I don't do it, she just walks up to me and points at me and just stares at me. It's so fucking funny, man.
All right, I'm gonna end this really quick. But yes,
Bye.
bye.